Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to get in my weekly check-in, but I'm kind of dreading it because you see this red pen here? You know what happened. You know. And if you know, you know. So we're going to dive in and see what the numbers look like and talk about what I do typically to kind of balance out everything before the end of the month to stay under budget. But this month I don't think that's going to be possible, but that's okay. That's why we keep a buffer in our checking account. That is how I take care of things, or use our savings account. And that's basically what I'm having to do is make decisions and intentionally paying and making sure the credit card stays paid off. If you didn't know, I use a credit card for all our spending categories, and I pay it off once a week when I do this weekly check-in. So you will see today how much I owe the credit card and how much I have available in my checking account, and they're not going to fly. So how do I take care of that? Let's find out. Let's go ahead and get in this video. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So what we're doing here is taking the weekly check-in based on what I spent for the week of the 14th through the 20th. Today is the 20th. I'm done spending for the day. Actually, I didn't go anywhere and spend anything. I just had an automatic automatic charge on the credit card for HelloFresh. They charge on Thursdays and deliver on Mondays. So that showed up on the account, and that's all I have for today. I could count it as a no spend, but there is an actual spend, and that's how I scheduled it. So I'm not going to count it as a no spend. I don't have very many no spends. I have 2 this week, but we still spent a lot of money this week. This no spend is because we were just home Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and we just didn't spend any money. But we spent a lot of things on Friday. And so these 3 transactions actually belong to Friday. I just put them here on Saturday just because I ran out of room. And that is what we're going to be checking on. I have different colors for different things. Pink is grocery household, blue is restaurants, miscellaneous is this mint green, gas is orange, copay is purple, and unbudgeted is yellow. So we're going to go ahead and dive in and take a look at what the spending is. And I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see it better. I do have already all these numbers and categories organized on a note sheet, and they're already here. So we're just going to check them off and double check that I did the numbers right, and go from there. It makes the video go a little faster, so I don't have to write all of it out and flip back and forth. So here we go. I'm going to zoom in. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start with grocery household, which is what GH here stands for, and I'm going to start here on the it was for the 14th, but it was $23.72. Just bought a few items from the grocery store. Don't even know what it is. I'm sure the kids went, hey, I'm out of this, and I had to go back and get it. Over here, I have $206.15. So I'm going to check this one off, and then I'm going to check this one off. There we go. And that was a full grocery haul, meats and everything that we needed pretty much for the week and going into next week for groceries and stuff like that. So there's that. Then I had $53.69, things I forgot, I'm sure, or somebody asked for. And then HelloFresh. Here we go. $59.93. This is still the discounted offer. It's $10 off on this box, and maybe for the next one, but soon that's going to go to $69.93. So once all the discounts over, after I think 9 or 10 boxes, or 9 or 10 times after you receive your orders, the discount goes away and it just goes to the normal price. And it's the same price it was back in 2000 when I did it, and so it hasn't fluctuated at all. Their meals may have changed a little bit, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same that I remember from before. So that's kind of cool. So what we're going to do is total up these and find out how much we spent in grocery household. Okay, so I have $343.49. Oh, it's way more than what I had budgeted for, and I have the money. We can cover it. I just was hoping to stay in budget. I don't think I've adjusted my spending well for grocery household, and all these several trips to the grocery store. I need to refine that a little bit better and include HelloFresh in the middle of it. You would think I would spend less because I was spending on the HelloFresh, which is, 3 meals a week, or 2 meals 3 times a week. That's what it is. And so, but apparently I'm just not paying attention to how I spend, and I stock up and I just go, oh, go ahead and get it. I know I did that the other day, and I was like, oh, I probably should have waited. But there was a sale and I just went ahead and spent. So I need to rethink what I'm doing. Let's see here. Now we're going to go on to restaurants. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of restaurants. And if you watched last month, I really didn't have a lot of restaurants at all. But this week, we had a lot of things happening. And I'll tell you what it is along the way. So the first thing we had was Chick-fil-A here. And it's $34.01. That's actually 2 transactions put together. And it was a $3 ice cream and then $30-some for lunch at Chick-fil-A with me and my 2 adult sons. I bought them lunch, took them to the mall, took them a little shopping, and they had a great time. I had a great time, and we hadn't been out of the house for a while, so did that, and it was during lunchtime, so I bought them lunch. Let's see, the next thing I have is Papa John's. Their pizza night is also on Friday night, so they ate out twice in one day, which I don't typically encourage, but this time I just made an exception. And then BWW, it's Buffalo Wild Wing. My husband wanted to go out to dinner, and that was $64.07. So there's that and that. All right. So that was taken care of. And I have a couple more eating out. So on Tuesday here, Chick-fil-A for $21.68 and Casa Fiesta for $83.89. I'll explain that one. So the $21.68, I wasn't going to be home to cook dinner because my husband's shipmate from his A school days and his first ship command that he ever served on, she was in his A school as they graduated together and went to the same ship together, and they were really good friends. And I'm really good friends with her as well. And she was in town for business, and so we met up for dinner. And I didn't have time to cook my son something to eat, so I was like, I'm just going to run to Chick-fil-A, get them something to eat, and then me and our friend went out to dinner at the Mexican restaurant, and this includes the tip and everything. So that was the 3 of us, and just had a really good time and enjoyed talking about old times and memories. I mean, my 24-year-old adult son was just born to about 3 years old when we knew her. So, she remembers holding him and all that stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how long it's been. And she is just as beautiful as ever and hasn't changed a bit. I adore her. So that is so cool. So I'm going to total this up real quick. All right, so we spent $237.54. That was a lot to spend for one night as far as an extra eating out night for the whole family. But it was so worth it to spend time with friends and have all those memories come back. It was just really, really cool. So I really had a good time that night. Now we're going to move on to miscellaneous. The first thing we have, Target, $23.31, and that was the first time I had gone into Target since August of last year. And it's because I don't have a Target near me, and I didn't typically spend at Target very much, but I like to kind of walk around and look at things in Target. They have some really beautiful stuff in there. And so I went to Target, and they have the Mario Brothers from the movie Monopoly that came out, and I thought that would be a great game night for me and the boys and my husband. So we're just going to try to start doing that, not this weekend, but probably next weekend. So we'll see. And then another miscellaneous expense that we had, I did not budget well this month. I hate to say it, but I knew things were going to happen, but I didn't budget or plan for them. So I spent $94.36, which was worth every single penny. 1-800-Flowers. I got my mom a flower arrangement. My sister picked it out. Let me see if I can find what it looked like. It was just so beautiful and quintessentially my mother, which was so cool, and everything. And I got the whole thing. So it's this spring lilies bouquet with this sun catcher, and then this like milk jug vase with this bird on it. My mom loves birds, she loves flowers, and this was a combination of lilies, and they're so beautiful. She sends me pictures as they open up this week, and she's just enjoying it, and we are loving that she's enjoying that. So that was what we got, and it was so worth it. My sister picked it out and I paid for it, so I was so appreciative of her doing that, because I wanted to get my mom something, but I just could not think of what to get her. And I was like, okay, if you pick it out, I'll buy it and send it to her and put your name on it too. So that worked. And then we got some Amazon items for $79.20. It was a combination of like a supplement. That wasn't the main thing, but my husband got this specific item to help him with his lower back problems. And it's like a belt that you would, help kind of keep you adjusted and stuff like that. And what else was there? I would have to look it up. I'm trying to think if there's something else from Amazon that we got. And we're still waiting for them to be delivered. So let's see. Hopefully they'll be delivered today. Oh, they're out. Oh, and some hair gel stuff. I'll just show you here. I have gout in my joints and stuff like that. So uric acid formula, I got that. And then which helps sensation of gout, and then styling stuff for my husband's hair, because I don't know, he just needs it, and then this belt thing that's going to help him. So those are the things that I got, and that was $79.20. And let's see, let's total that up real quick. So that was $196.87. So that's what we spent miscellaneous, a lot more than I thought we would. And I have more that I'm going to spend that was definitely not planned. Well, it was planned for as miscellaneous, this one, but this one I could have gone unbudgeted with the flowers because I didn't plan for it, but I thought, no, I just want to kind of budget it with miscellaneous and then see how much is left over. And then Target, I did plan to put that with miscellaneous, so that worked pretty well. We got gas twice. That was my husband's vehicle for $42.80, and then my vehicle for $58.43. So what is the total here? And that is $101.23. Oops, am I on? Okay, there you go. And so that is what I spent on gas, $101.23, and I did not check those off. So they were on the same day. My husband needed gas and I needed gas too. So there we go. Same amount. So I do want to check my numbers. Yeah, I wrote the same thing. I had no copay as far as medicines or meeting with doctors or anything like that, and no unbudgeted. I didn't put anything in the unbudgeted category. I could have, but I didn't. And over here I have bills. So what came out in bills? And I will just kind of flip this. Now these are the only bills that got put on the credit card. So I need to know that in order to make a total credit card payment. And I kind of combined this weekly check-in with what I need to pay in total with the credit card. So that's why I do this. And here this $70, Dr. Odell, this is a chiropractic. My husband didn't go on Friday. He had appointments that day. So he went on Wednesday, and that was paid on the last check-in that we did, his $25. So $45 of this is mine, and that got charged on the 14th. So that happened. $635 is this one, HP Instant Ink. Normally that would have been the previous paycheck, not paycheck, weekly check-in, but it didn't get charged till the 14th. So it's now part of this weekly check-in. So no big deal. Same money, same pay period. So it worked out fine. $261.90. That was our AT&T phone cell phone bill. That's for our cell phone service, as well as 2 phones that we're paying $15 a month for 36 months. We upgraded our son's phones. Let's see, $6.99 Discovery Plus, one of our streaming services that we have. It gets used frequently, so it's definitely worth that every month. And then $39.17, which is this one here, and that's my husband's subscription. There we go. So let's go back here, and I will total this up. All right, so total in bills were $359.41. And let's go ahead and write that down. $359.41. All right, before I start totaling all of this, I want to go back to the weekly check-in. Now, grocery, household, restaurants, and miscellaneous are the only ones I really check in on to see what's negative, or actually see where we're at and make sure we're not negative. But obviously I have my red pen out. That means we're negative. So let's go back to the weekly check-in and kind of put this right here. So right now I'm just writing how much we spent in grocery, household. As you can see, I only budgeted $178.62 for the week, and $59.93 is always taken out on Thursday. I might switch this to a bill, not a grocery thing, even though it's groceries and it's part of our meals. I might just switch it to a bill and then reduce our grocery, household, and see if I can get everything under control if it's in 2 different places. So, because I'm spending like I don't have that charge coming out, which is kind of weird. So $343.49. Restaurants, obviously went way over on this. $237.54. And then miscellaneous was $196.87. As you can see, I'm way over budget in all these categories. I don't have anything unbudgeted because when I made the decision to go over budget in these categories, it was intentional that the rest of the month I would just pay close attention and try not to go over budget with the rest of the categories, which I don't think is going to be possible. I think I'm going to be over budget in all of my categories except for like copay. Because I did not plan, and I will talk about that in just a minute. What did I not plan for? There's still a few things happening this month that I did not plan for. So yeah, there's those changes. So let's go ahead and take these numbers, get a calculator on here, and subtract and see how much over budget I am. So I have $178.62 minus the $343.49, and that gives me a negative $164.87. Now I'm still going to pay the negative difference, this paycheck, basically out of the buffer of the checking account, just because I don't want to pull from savings, and we have the money to pay for it. So that's where it's going to have to come from. You do have to be careful and make sure that you have enough money to do this as you're going through your budget. So that's how I keep track of it. And this is why I do a weekly check-in. I have to be intentional with my spending, but I also have to be intentional with how I pay off my credit card and what sacrifices am I going to make to justify the spending that I was doing. So that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So we had a $177.45 for the restaurants, and if we had not taken our friend out to eat, which I'm totally fine. I was actually surprised. My husband and I didn't talk about it. We got to the restaurant and the lady asked 2 tickets or 1, because she could tell it was a friend and a couple, and my husband went 1 ticket, one ticket, don't worry about splitting it up. So we paid for her, let's see here, $237.54. But if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't have gone over budget, I don't think. Let's see here. Negative $60.09. All right. And here is 133.67 minus 196.87. Okay, and this was 63.20, and that's miscellaneous. That's how much we went over in miscellaneous. If I had not, if I had put in the flowers in unbudgeted, it still would have come out the same. I mean, it's still being paid out of the buffer checking account. I just went ahead and put in miscellaneous because I'm going to try to restrain from spending for the rest of the next 10 days, which leads us to the end of the month. So there we go. That is where we are over budget in those areas. I do need to set up week 4 in my budget here. So I use these numbers here at the top, and we're going to go ahead and figure out how much. Now, these numbers aren't exactly accurate. I think the first week it was lower in restaurants and miscellaneous, so I'm going to do 125 for both of those, and just do I do know this is going to be 300. So I really wish I had kept that piece of paper that listed everything I changed. So let's go ahead and figure out the difference. 300 is what I planned when I planned out the month, but I overspent, so I'm going to basically borrow from week 4 to cover week 3. 164.87. My goal is to keep it within a $1,300 a month for grocery household. This month is not going to happen that way. So, and that's my fault. All right, I have 135.13. I know that's not going to last us the week, so I really need to kind of figure that out and be careful on how we spend and only get what we need and not stock up on anything between now and the end of the month. Restaurants, I was going to do 125 minus the 60.09, and that leaves us 64.91. So here I already know I'm either going to go over budget or I am going to need to mark unbudgeted for an outing that's coming up, and I'll talk about that in just a minute, because if not, restaurants is going to be way over budget for the month. Let's see here. I am going to do 125 again for miscellaneous, minus the 63.20, and that gives us 61.80 again. I'm probably going to have to mark something unbudgeted or just go negative here. I haven't quite decided, and I'll explain that in just a second. I don't plan anything for unbudgeted, so there we go. All right, I have notes here somewhere on the back of something. Where did I put my notes? They're staring me in the face. So I have my notes here. What I didn't budget for, I went ahead and wrote it out, kind of disciplining myself and, you know, all that stuff. On the 14th, Mom's birthday, flowers, I did not budget for it, and I should have. I always try to get her something for her birthday, at least a card or something like that. I have not been very good about that. Now I need to remind myself, plan for Dad. Plan for Dad. Okay. I don't know how I'm on top last year. I took him somewhere that he's always wanted to go, and you know, I can't top it, so he's gonna have to be okay with whatever I do this year. That was on the 14th. I bought her flowers, and I love my mom so much. She's so awesome. And I'm 8 hours away now instead of 3 hours, so I couldn't visit her, and so I wanted to send her something really special. On the 18th, we went out to dinner with our friend. On the 22nd, coming up, you're going to see in my next weekly check-in. Let me see if I can get this settled on the calendar here. So on the 22nd here, we're going to be driving 2.5 hours to meet friends. We're going to go out to dinner and then drive back 2.5 hours. So that's gas and dinner that we're going to have to pay for. That's going to happen that day. Plus our sons are going to order their pizza that night as well. So with that in mind, I'm like, that's 3 things. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. And I haven't planned for. So that's going to be a very heavy spending day. And then on Monday the 24th, Erin Condren launches their planners. I have not decided if I'm going to go ahead and get stuff now because I am wild for the wildflowers. Oh, they are beautiful. But I kind of want to get my stuff for next year ready and buy it now. But then again, I could hold off and try to get the extra deals and during Black Friday before Christmas, and because everything I do starts in January. I'm a calendar year, not an academic year planner. I haven't decided. I don't know what I'm going to do. So there you go. That's all I know. That's all I really know. So I know that I haven't planned for that. And then I have a scratch off coupon somewhere around here for Sara Marie's stickers that I want to use. There's her sticker book and her, what do you call it? I'll show you what it looks like. One of these books, and I put this sticker on here, where I could put sticker kits in them with the sleeves, and then sticker books where you put extra stickers in. So I want one more of each of these, and the coupon does qualify for it, and so I definitely want to get that with the coupon. So there's that. Oh goodness, because everything you see here is Sara Marie stickers and Erin Condren, and I did not plan for either one of those. And then my husband and I made a list yesterday for a bunch of purchases at Lowe's. Weed and feed for the front yard, a fire ring to do a small burn pit down the bottom of our hill so we can burn rubbish and stuff like that. Mostly just branches and twigs that have fallen during the storms, and we had some trees cut down and things like that, so we need a place to burn. And then what else? A grill. We don't have a grill. I would love to have a grill, and because we didn't bring our grill from the last place we lived, and I think something else, but I can't think of what it is. So we have a list there. I just remind myself to plan for Dad. So that is what I didn't budget for, and this is why my budget is over budget. Just thought I'd throw that out there as part of the weekly check-in. Now we can go back to this and find out how much I owe the credit card. So right now I'm going to move this planner out of the way and get my calculator, which I've buried. There we go. And we're going to total up all these things that I put on the credit card and how much we have to pay, which will clue you in on my next video. Am I under budget or am I over budget? You're going to have to check out that video, my Paycheck 3 video, and that comes out after this one, and find out. So here we go. We have $343.49 plus the $237.54 plus the $196.87 plus the $101.23 plus the $359.41. Okay, so I owe the credit card $1,238.54. Yeah. Spoiler alert, I can't pay it today. I can't pay it today. There's not enough in the bank account to cover all of that. So go ahead and check out the next video and find out how I am going to pay for all of that, and everything's going to be okay. So that is my weekly check-in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.